What's going on YouTube? I'm back again with another video. This is a little discussion video dealing with spoken word poetry, the difference between spoken word and rap. And a lot of people get those two mixed up. I know my personal experience, a lot of people say I'm a rapper because, I use a lot of rhyme schemes in my poetry, but there is a difference between spoken word and rap when it comes to like format, when it comes to like, how words are used, because a spoken word poetry, is more or less, it's more or less, you know, it's best without a beat, other words. With rap, it has to be, it has to be like 16 bars, it has to be, da, 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 and with spoken word, it's like, yeah, it's more like sing-songy in a kind of way. And with rap, it's more like, choppy. And a lot of people, say I'm a rapper. And I know a lot of people, for an average person, they would consider spoken word rap because it has a lot of hip hop elements to it. It's slang, it's a very open art form. It's very it's very unlimited way of usage of words when it comes to spoken word. So a lot of people within the hip hop culture, come to spoken word, because it's very formal. I mean, well, it's very it's very open. You could be anything. But spoken word is more or less, poetry, like poetry, like but in a more free, free, free way. It's not limited to just rhyme. Where rap, rappers, you have to rhyme. Spoken word, you don't have to rhyme. It's poetry, like at its, purest form. Like you don't have to rhyme. You can say whatever you want to say. A lot of this, a lot of it can't derive from a lot of spoken word poetry here now. It derives from, the last poets, Gil Scott Heron, that era, the late 60s, early 70s era, and a lot of it derived from there, and that's why a lot of poets, are who they are. I mean, a lot of poets are who they are when it comes to style because of that generation. It was very revolutionary, very conscious, very um very lyrical, pro-black type of vibe. Um, and a lot of people, a lot of spoken word artists, tend to be like neo soul, tend to be more neo soul type environments, like a cafe and stuff like that, with dreads and glasses, and with the with instruments. Um, it's either like very neo soul ish or very indie rock type of vibe. A lot of spoken word poets, usually around ours like more of a hip hop type of vibe. So spoken word is bringing those three musical cultures in one sitting. That's why I like it with spoken word, because it brings people from different backgrounds, people who normally don't associate each other, because hip hop culture, they tend to look at neo soul as more or less more as more or less more classy, more or less classic type of music, whereas neo soul, it's a lot of hipster rap music, white, hipster culture, they usually, um indie culture usually look at mainstream music as they kind of this is stuff for the mainstream, so that's why spoken word is like bringing those underground underground cultures together, and like that's what I like about it. So those are two different. Rap is more or less, a format. I mean, rap is a genre of music that derived from hip hop. I mean, rap was around before hip hop, but hip hop really made rap, mainstream, because it's prior to hip hop. Rap was spoken word. You could have called spoken word rap. Prior to the hip hop movement in the 70s, but like now when we hear the word rap, we think of pop, and hip hop is a culture. You don't have to be a rapper to be a hip hop, you know, I'll be a hip hop person, because you got You know, if it's what you wear, it's how you speak. You know, it's who you are. Hip hop's who you are. Where it's who you are, and rap is just an art form. So just not to confuse you guys, just let you know that rap and spoken word are two different things, even though they both can be, they both can be, can be one thing. You know, I mean, a lot of rappers do spoken word, a lot of spoken word artists do rap, but at the end of the day, spoken word is just poetry, but in a more spoken form, whereas rap is just, rhyming words, in a 16 bar format. So anyway, that's all I gotta say, and sign out.